Hey there, Aquarius. How you doing today? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. This one's actually your weekly tarot love reading. I guess we're going to look into the love situation for you and see where things are going this week or how things are stacking up this week, okay? This one, the week we're talking about is October 20th through October 23rd, so Monday through Thursday. I should be back, or I intend to be back on Wednesday to do bonus readings to get you through the weekend. So we're just going to pull cards and see what Spirit wants to talk about. This one's going to be for my Aquariuses. Alrighty then. What you doing, Aquarius? What do you got this week? Let's see. So you got the Knight of Wands. So when it comes to your love life right now, you are feeling as though you are fired up. I don't know, feeling passionate, feeling fiery, feeling somewhat impulsive, or feeling somewhat driven, I guess you could say, it looks like. Okay, what is the obstacle to that? The King of Wands. So I get the feeling that possibly you're presenting here as the King of Wands right now, which male or female doesn't make any difference, but you are standing firmly in your masculine right now, okay? And it's a masculine that is very charismatic, very, you know, you're a natural born leader. You have a bunch of great parts to you. You're also very adventuresome. You like to go see new places, meet new people, you know what I'm saying? Talk about new ideas, things like that. The one thing that I feel like right now is making your love life more difficult is I don't think that you're necessarily looking to be tied down or tied into something. You're not looking to be restricted right this minute. You know, you are looking to be somewhat of a free spirit, you know, a little bit like a hippie or something. You just want to see what life has to offer, but you don't necessarily, and you want somebody next to you, but you don't necessarily want to be tied down to somebody, okay? That's what I see here. All right, so what is it you need to focus on? The Emperor. You could be being a little bit rigid in your thinking. You know, possibly you are a little bit on that my way or the highway kind of a train right now. You're just not really feeling like listening to other people's stupid ideas. That's how you feel about it, I think. Your idea is the right one and they're all silly. No. Yeah, I don't know that that kind of an attitude is necessarily conducive to especially finding new relationships, right? But that seems to be where you're at right now. A little bit like a grumpy old person or something. Like you just don't want to deal with new ideas or something. I don't know. Okay, what do you need to leave behind? The Fool. So you need to leave behind taking a leap of faith? I don't see that. So you need to leave behind this carefree attitude, maybe? This whole thing seems to be very much so falling into this pattern where you just don't want anything to be restricting you or tying you down. Which sounds great on paper. It really does, Aquarius. But the reality of that is not quite the same, you know? How often do we find relationships where we're not tied down? That's not normally the way that things work. It's like you have an unrealistic expectation or an unrealistic... It's an expectation, right? You're expecting something out of a relationship that isn't really... It's just not the natural flow of things. It's not the way that things normally work, okay? So I think you have to compromise on what it is you're looking for. Maybe that's why the Emperor's down here, right? Because you're unwilling to compromise, but that is not helping your quest for love, okay? All right, what do we have? What is your strength? The Two of Swords right now. I mean, just total confusion. Your ability to alchemize this confusion and, you know, your cutoff game or whatever is great. I mean, your situation here is you are taking non-committal to a new height, right? But that is part of the reason why you are not in a relationship right this minute, right? And if you are, it's one that's very dissatisfying, and it's because the things you are asking for really don't exist in a relationship the way you want them to. Kind of. I hope that's making sense. Okay, what do we have over here? Seven of Pentacles in the near future. This is all about you trying to decide how much you're willing to lose to be in a relationship. How much are you willing to give up? That is the worst way to look at this. I mean, that sounds awful, but that is what I see here. like double jeopardy, right? They're going ding, 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 and you have to pick how much you're willing to sacrifice to be in a relationship. All right, what is the advice, the lovers? I think the advice here is you have to decide whether or not you want to be with somebody. And if you do, you're going to have to make concessions in order to make that successful. So it's a balancing act, right? How badly do you want somebody? Badly enough to make those concessions or not? But I don't believe that you can just have everything your way, this like you're trying to do here. Okay. What is the atmosphere? Yeah, it's one of you being deep in thought but not getting any boots to the ground, you know. You're not managing to get any traction on these ideas or desires because you're all up in your head. And what is your fear? You're fearing the future. I can see why, especially if you're unclear on whether or not you want to end up alone, because it doesn't look like you are leaving yourself much wiggle room to end up with somebody right now. Okay? All right, what you got in the end? Temperance. So you are needing to have patience. Okay, what you got on the bottom of the deck? Page of Cups, Strength card, 9 of Wands. The Page of Cups is here because you are living in some sort of a fantasy land where you have, I don't know, where you have decided that you can put together this that you're looking for here, and I just don't see there being a whole lot of reality in it. I mean, I guess you could go be a working girl in Vegas. Maybe that would be the non-committal, straightforward thing you're looking for, possibly. I don't know. Or you could go, I don't know, you could be a Chippendales dancer or something maybe. But I mean, that is the kind of lifestyle you're looking for here. You're looking for all fun and play, no commitment, no tied down, no nothing like that. And yet you're going to look towards your future. I mean, I just, you know, saying it feels like both oars aren't in the water on this. Like one oar's in the water and one oar you lost, and so now you're just going in circles about it or something. I don't know. I think you just need a little bit of a reality check, and that'll help you out a bunch. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what we got here. Still going. Okay, Monday, what do you got? 7 of Swords, Page of Wands. So you're trying to be very strategic about figuring out how you can act immature and get what you want. Sorry, Tuesday, I'm sorry, I'm laughing with you, not at you. Tuesday, I have the 8 of Pentacles and the Justice card. This is you wanting justice in a situation. I think what you're doing here is when you meet people, you tell them straight out what it is you want or what it is you expect or don't expect. And you think that that then clears you. And I guess in a way it does. But when you understand human nature, then you know it's not going to work out that way. So it doesn't make any sense. It's pointless. Wednesday, I have the Devil and the 8 of Cups. So this is you walking away from something. Maybe it's you walking away from something, but you're doing it because of this addiction you have. And the addiction is maybe, I don't know, a sex addiction, or this is an addiction to the validation you receive from that, from sex. I don't know. There we go. Thursday, I've got the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, you're stuck in your head because you are not bothering to look at what the root cause is for why ever you're doing this. We have to figure out what the root cause is behind why you are acting this way or desiring what you're desiring, because it's a little out of the norm, which is okay, but I mean, we just got to figure out why are you doing this. 6 of Swords is about you trying to detach from something. I think you're trying to detach from people in general, and so that you can steer your life into what you consider to be calmer waters. But how empty are those waters? Okay, Aquarius? This feels like you are shut emotion and passion out altogether. Just completely shut it out. And there's no balance in that, right? And without true balance, you can't have true love or true happiness, they say. That's what they say. Okay, I'm going to let it go at that. I hope that somehow helped you. I don't know. All right, thank you.